Hey everyone, and welcome to this ultimate tips and tricks guide to Discovery Cove. Now, let me tell you, it's May right now, and for some reason, whatever reason it is such a cold, miserable day here today. And it just got me thinking about how amazing it would be if I could just jump on a plane and escape to the sunny paradise of Discovery Cove. Like, I love Discovery Cove, I love the Florida climate, it's just amazing. So I decided that I'm going to be sharing my top tips and tricks with you to just make sure that you can all make the most out of your next visit to the tropical oasis of Discovery Cove. Also, if you're brand new around here and you're seeing me for the first time, then a big hello from me. My name is Sam and I post lots of travel and lifestyle content. On my channel, I've already got quite a few London vlogs and I've got a whole Disneyland Paris series which includes the booking tips and tricks. It includes an Ultimate Guides Disneyland Paris as well as 4 vlogs from my time at Disneyland Paris. So be sure to check them out. But if you enjoy videos like this, then please be sure to subscribe to my channel. It'd mean the world to me. And I'll also be posting so many more tips, tricks, advice and travel adventures. I vlog anywhere where I go, so be sure to go and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. But for now, let's move on. Tips and tricks for Discovery Cove. Okay, so first of all, for those of you who are a bit unsure about what Discovery Cove actually is, perhaps you've got a holiday booked to Orlando and you keep seeing Discovery Cove pop up but you're a bit unsure whether to book it. Well, this video is totally going to be for you. Discovery Cove is honestly a one-of-a-kind park that offers the guests the opportunity to interact with a variety of different animals in the most beautiful tropical setting. It's located in Orlando and it's owned by Seaworld. It's actually literally right next to Seaworld and Aquatica. And in Discovery Cove, you can swim with dolphins, you can snorkel with tropical fish, you can hand feed exotic birds at the Avery. It's honestly just the most ultimate day of relaxing and you'll be surrounded by white sand beaches and sparkling lagoons. What's so nice about Discovery Cove is that the park limit the admission to the number of guests each day, so it never really feels extremely crowded or rushed. It's just such a unique and unforgettable experience that you won't actually find anywhere else in the world. And I feel like it's the most perfect day to have in your holiday, maybe towards the end of your holiday in Orlando, when you've had a few hard-hitting days in Disney where you're constantly walking, or Universal the same. Like Disney and Universal, you are on the go constantly, whereas Discovery Cove, yes, you are busy, there's a lot to see, there's a lot to do, but it's a much more slower paced day. It's very relaxing, everything's all inclusive, the customer service is incredible. I just love Discovery Cove and I hope this video today gives you some really good tips so that you have the best time at Discovery Cove. Okay, so my tip number 1 is to make sure that you're shopping around before you actually buy your Discovery Cove tickets. There are so many different ticket providers out there and you might find that rather than just impulsively buying from the first website you see your Discovery Cove tickets, have a shop around, do a bit of research and see which ones are actually going to come up cheaper. Now, there are some websites out there, ones like the Discovery Cove official website, and they'll go and they'll display their prices in US dollars, and when you get through to the checkout part, they'll ask you to pay in US dollars. Now, the problem with this is sometimes it looks like it's more expensive, but it's actually important that you go and you use a currency converter to convert the price that they're quoting you to your local currency. So for me, I would convert it to the Great British Pounds. I'll use Google Currency Converter, or because I've got a Revolut card, I'll go and use the currency converter that Revolut have for free. So I'll go and I'll use something like that just to see, is it actually coming up cheaper if I go and pay in US dollars? Now, in the past, I've actually gone and bought my tickets from attractiontickets.com, and I've actually found most times when I've looked that they are the cheapest option. Now, I'm not being sponsored to say this at all, but I do trust attractiontickets.com 100%. They've been so good with me when I had to cancel a load of tickets in 2020 due to COVID, and usually they do really good Black Friday deals. So if your holiday is, or if you can wait till November, then definitely go and wait around a little bit because they do really good Black Friday deals. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check out attractiontickets.com. I highly recommend them. It's definitely worth you going and checking out that website. So definitely go and do that because they've got great things, not just for Discovery Cove, but the whole of Orlando. They sell like Disney tickets, they sell any city breaks, whether you're going to New York, Rome, Barcelona, like you name it, Disneyland Paris even. they sell their tickets. They are honestly a great website. I always look wherever I'm going in the world. I go and look at attractiontickets.com because I know that 9 times out of 10 they're going to have the ticket that I want, and it's going to be a pretty decent price, so definitely check them out. Second tip number 2, is to go and buy the Discovery Cove Ultimate Package with free parking ticket. Now this one doesn't actually cost much more than the standard ticket. I think in my head it's about £20 extra per person. But the reason this ticket is honestly so great and it's worth that extra £20 is because it will give you 14 days of admission to Seaworld Orlando, Busch Gardens and Aquatica. And this works out so much cheaper than if you were to buy each individual ticket for each individual attraction. Now to me, the SeaWorld parks are absolutely incredible, especially if you are a thrill seeker, you have a family with some older children. They honestly have some of the best roller coasters in the world, including Shikra, Manta, Mako, and the newest addition to Busch Gardens, which is Iron Gwazi, which was by far probably my number 2 roller coaster in the world. I loved it so much. Like, number 1 was Velocicoaster at Universal Orlando, but number 2 was Iron Gwazi. Like, it was honestly phenomenal. So make sure you look for that ticket and just take advantage of that deal, because especially if you want to be visiting them SeaWorld parks and you want to include that on your trip, 100% it's worth it. So my third tip is to go and get to Discovery Cove as early as you possibly can. Now, the park on their website officially opens at 9 AM every single day, but you can actually go and arrive as early as 7 AM to go and check in and enjoy a light breakfast. Now, there's a few reasons why it's so important to go and set your alarm early and get to Discovery Cove very early. So let's talk about it. First things first, by getting there early, you're going to have so much more time to explore the beauty of Discovery Cove and really take advantage of all of the amazing activities that there are. There's honestly so much to see and do at Discovery Cove, and the park closes quite early at 5 PM. So if you arrive late, it really just isn't going to be possible to do everything that Discovery Cove has to offer. The park also tends to get busier later in the day, so by arriving early, you're going to essentially avoid them crowds and have a much more relaxing experience. Saying that though, Discovery Cove are known for limiting their capacity, so it doesn't feel overwhelmingly busy in the park. It is a day of luxury and it's not overly busy ever. It's just, if you arrive late, you're much less likely to do everything that you want, and it does get a bit more crowded in the park. Another reason why it is just so important to arrive early, and this really only applies if you have an animal encounter such as a dolphin swim, but it really is often the case that those who check in earlier get the earlier dolphin swims. And I've know this from experience. When I've arrived early, I've gotten really early dolphin swims. Normally by like 11 AM, I've done the dolphin swim. Now you might be wondering, why is that important? Why do I need to be there early? Why do I need an early dolphin swim? It doesn't matter if I have it at 4 PM. Well, if you know Florida, especially in the peak of the summer, you'll know that Florida is known for their afternoon and late afternoon storms. Typically at about 3 PM, 2 PM, 3 PM, there will be a giant thunderstorm, and unfortunately that does call off the dolphin swim. If you're going to Discovery Cove for the dolphin experience, which most people do, that's what Discovery Cove is known for, the swimming with the dolphins, if you are doing that, you will be gutted if there's a thunderstorm in the afternoon during your time slot, and it might just be a case that you're not able to do that because of a thunderstorm. So just get there early. Get an early morning or even an early afternoon dolphin swim experience, just to guarantee that you will be swimming with the dolphins, and the chance of there being a thunderstorm earlier on is a lot less. So I highly recommend just get there early, set your alarm and make the most of your day at Discovery Cove. My fourth tip is to make sure that you are packing light and that you're making use of all of the all-inclusive amenities at Discovery Cove. Now, Discovery Cove has an endless list of things that are all included in that price that you pay for your ticket. And that just means that you won't need to go and bring a lot with you to the park. The park provides all of the towels, the sun cream, which I'm not going to lie, the sun cream is really not the nicest sun cream at all. It's extremely thick. You see people walking around with all like white sun cream on them where they haven't been able to rub it in. But I cannot stress enough that this sun cream, it's made to protect the animals. You're going to be encountering dolphins and birds and all sorts. So it's been designed to protect them. So for that reason, I suggest that you don't bring your own sun cream. Just use the sun cream that they have at Discovery Cove, but just use a small amount of it. At the end of the day, it's one day of the holiday and it's protecting the animals, which, you know, we've gone into Discovery Cove, we care about the animals. We don't want them to be sick, we don't want them to be ill, so it's just the best thing to do is to not bring your own for that one day and use Discovery Coves. You also get a wetsuit, like shower facilities with shampoo, conditioner, shower gel, all of your snorkeling gear, like honestly everything you need. It's honestly incredible. You get so much included at Discovery Cove. You can also go and leave your belongings in a complimentary locker, which they have a few located around the park, but there's one near the entrance and one more towards the back. The park also has a restaurant on side called Laguna Grill, where you can grab breakfast, lunch and snacks, which includes cookies, which let me tell you, the cookies are just amazing. They're the best, they're warm, just I love them. You can also get pretzels and crisps. You can also enjoy unlimited drinks throughout the day, which includes slushies and some other soft drinks. And anybody aged 21 or older, you can go and get some alcoholic beverages, although there is a package that you could upgrade to where you can get more cocktails and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think the main message of this part is pack light and just take advantage of all them amazing amenities and facilities that Discovery Cove had to offer, where you haven't got to pay anything extra. It really is a day of being treated like royalty, and there's just nothing like it in the world. I love it so much. With that being said though, one thing to definitely pack is the correct documentation when you are visiting Discovery Cove. Usually you need to bring a form of photo ID, so it could be your passport or a driving licence. You also need to complete some waiver forms which they'll send you, and you need to make sure that these are completed and you need to show the person at check-in. Just be sure to check the park's website for a full list of acceptable forms of ID before you go, but with them tips in mind, you are sure to have an easy check-in process and just the most amazing time at Discovery Cove. Now, Discovery Cove have honestly thought of everything, because this tip was one that just blew me away and I just can't believe that they actually do this. It's just incredible. But if you're like me and you're a glasses wearer, or perhaps you wear contact lenses, you can actually go and get prescription goggles at guest services at Discovery Cove. Now, these are extremely limited, so again, it's just another reason why you need to get to Discovery Cove early. But they're available on a first come first served basis. All I essentially do is I go with my prescription, I actually print out my optician prescription and show them it, and then they'll give me the goggles. However, if you know your prescription, you know the number on your prescription, then you could just go and ask them and they'll be able to get them for you. I don't think they had the goggles exactly for my prescription. I might have had to get one slightly stronger or one slightly less, but it was much better than just the normal goggles. But yeah, be sure to ask for them when you arrive at the park. Do it first thing, go to guest services, ask for some prescription goggles, and you'll be able to go and get a pair. And it just makes your time at Discovery Cove even better if you can actually see whilst you're like in the water. There really is nowhere else like Discovery Cove, and you're going to want to record all these memories that you'll cherish forever. So make sure that you are packing an underwater camera to capture all the amazing moments that you'll experience at Discovery Cove. Now, it's not something that I would necessarily spend a lot of money on. It could be a disposable underwater camera. It could be like just a cheap one that takes videos underwater. There are so many affordable options available that will still allow you to take some great photos and videos. But the park has honestly got such a variety of stunning underwater habitats, like the coral reef, the tropical river. There's a freshwater oasis. You can swim and snorkel with thousands of beautiful marine animals and, you know, stingrays, sharks. It's just the opportunity to get up close and personal with dolphins, stingrays, tropical fish, and capture these unforgettable moments on camera. Trust me, it's something that you won't stop looking at. I last went in August 2022, and still to this day, I am always looking back at that footage. I just love looking back and reliving that day on repeat. So just be sure to bring an underwater camera or a waterproof case for your phone and document your adventure at Discovery Cove, because you will keep reliving that moment over and over again. It's just a breathtaking day. Okay, my next tip is to upgrade your day at Discovery Cove. Now, the park offers a variety of upgrades that can enhance your experience and make your day even more special. And you can actually book these online or even at the park, but I'd recommend doing it as early as you possibly can. Now, an example is you could upgrade to a private cabana. We've done this when I first visited in 2018, where you've got your own little space to relax and enjoy the park. You can also upgrade to obviously a dolphin swim experience or a shark swim experience, where you get the opportunity to interact with some of these amazing marine animals in a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You can also upgrade to the ultimate package, which includes all of the park's premium experiences like a private cabana, a dolphin swim, and even more. And in addition to them upgrades, something I highly recommend, and something I've done on my last trip, was trying Seaventure, which is an underwater walking tour that I did in my visit in August 2022. Now, it's an experience that I loved. It's an experience I'll never forget. You basically wear like a special helmet that allows you to breathe underwater, and you walk along the bottom of a reef, surrounded by a variety of marine life. It was such a unique experience. Not gonna lie, it was one that I was absolutely terrified about, but it's an experience that you won't find anywhere else. It really is like almost like a Discovery Cove exclusive. Like, I just loved it. I loved every moment of it. It wasn't extremely long experience, but I feel like it wasn't that expensive and it was worth the upgrade. I really loved doing it, and yeah, I highly recommend doing Seaventure if you get the opportunity to. If you are looking to capture memories of your day at Discovery Cove, then be sure to check out the park's photo packages. They have so many different photo packages that are worth checking out, and you can purchase a package that basically includes all of the photos taken of you during your visit. I would really only get the photo package if you've got something like the Dolphin Swim, where there's actually a photographer at the Dolphin Swim who will try to sell you photos anyway. There's a variety of packages. Some of them are just digital photos, some of them you can get physical copies of the photos. So if you want to relive your experiences by looking through photos in years to come, getting a photo package is highly recommended. Another thing is, if you're looking to indulge a bit during your day at the park, then just consider upgrading to a premium drink package, which includes even more unlimited alcoholic drinks. It includes, you know, specialty cocktails and things like that, which you couldn't just get as a normal day guest. So it might be worth doing that. If you're really looking to make your day at Discovery Cove even more memorable, then just be sure to consider one of these amazing upgrades, particularly the Seaventure. I highly recommend that, but also the photo packages, premium drink package, the cabana. Like, honestly, there's so many. Just check out the website and they're always updating and changing their like VIP experiences. So the Avery is really quite a unique experience at Discovery Cove, and if you're somebody who loves birds, then definitely consider visiting the Avery first thing in the morning. I've made the mistake before. So when I first visited in 2018, I visited the Avery first thing in the morning and I had the food, and the birds just swarmed to me because they were so hungry. And it was a really nice time to experience it because there was hardly any crowds in the Avery too, because most people were either doing their dolphin swim obviously early in the morning, getting breakfast, etc, etc. Like, people kind of do the Avery later on. However, that is a mistake, because I made the mistake last year when I visited, and I visited probably about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and the birds were not hungry at all. They literally were not interested in me. I was walking around with the food, and I think maybe one bird come up to me. That was it. They just wasn't interested. Whereas by visiting in the morning, you're more likely to have that experience where you've got like hundreds of birds on your arm getting you food. That being said though, if you're really not a bird person but you want to visit the Avery, then visit later on in the day, because they're definitely not going to come swarming to you because you're holding food. But I'd say that if you want that full experience of the Avery, go first thing in the morning when the birds are hungry. Now, if you're planning to visit Discovery Cove and you have a dolphin swim booked, or even any of the other animal encounters, be sure to arrive promptly for the animal encounter at the time that they tell you to attend. This will basically just ensure that you've got plenty of time to check in, have your safety briefing, which all animal encounters have, and just prepare for your experience. Additionally, it's a good idea to leave any jewellery at your hotel or at home if you're living in Orlando, as it can be a hazard for the animals and also to yourself. Now, for the dolphin swim, you are allowed to wear a waterproof watch, so I wore my Fitbit when I was there last time, and you're also allowed to wear a wedding ring. That being said though, you don't even have to book an animal encounter to have the best day at Discovery Cove, and I feel like that's something I want to stress. I've personally done the dolphin swim twice now, and the next time that I visit Discovery Cove, for me, it's not necessarily something that I feel like I have to do, because I've done the experience twice. Yes, maybe I'd like to do a different animal encounter. I feel like that's the perfect opportunity, but at the end of the day, you can go to Discovery Cove and just have the most amazing time by just exploring everything else that it has to offer. Even if it's just getting the drinks package, like you could have a really nice day just sitting in the sunshine on the beach, having some cocktails. Like, it is a day where you can really make it what you want it to be. And definitely if it's your first time visiting Discovery Cove, I recommend booking a Dolphin Swim 100%. Like, that's what Discovery Cove is for. But if you've done that already, maybe book something else, or just sit there, relax and enjoy what Discovery Cove has to offer. Not necessarily the animal experiences, but just the park itself. Discovery Cove really is a place like no other, and I could honestly sit here today talking about it for hours. I love it so much, and I just cannot wait to get back to Discovery Cove, hopefully soon. But I feel like they are really the main tips and tricks to ensure that you have the most incredible time when visiting Discovery Cove. Thanks for watching this video, all about the best tips and tricks for visiting Discovery Cove. I hope you found it helpful and that it will make your trip to the park even more enjoyable. Remember to book your tickets in advance, arrive early, but most importantly, just have fun, have the best time and make some unforgettable memories. If you're visiting Discovery Cove, maybe you've got some tips that you want to share, or you want to share some of your own experiences of when you visited the park, then please do let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to chat with you all things Discovery Cove, because it's just a park that means so much to me. It's got a very special place in my heart. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe for more travel videos, and thanks again for watching, and I will see you real soon. Bye guys.